Hello everybody, I'm going to be doing a video lesson reviewing money and coins. That's what we were learning when we left the classroom before the break, so I want to review that with you. And the work that I'm going to assign on Freckle Math and Google Classroom and Zern will hopefully be related to counting coins and reviewing coins, okay? So with that, let me turn this here we go. Here's my puzzle, by the way, my 1,000-piece puzzle that nobody's helping me with. It's hot air balloons, and there's like hundreds of them, and they're really hard to figure out what goes where. Anyway, on to our money. So you need to remember these coins. Remember, we have pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters. And if it helps you to remember the song, we say, penny, penny, easily spent, copper, brown, and worth 1 cent. And then our nickel, 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 thick and fat, you're worth 5 cents, I know that. Now remember, a nickel, the one that we had with our play money in the classroom, looks like this. This is Thomas Jefferson, but the newer ones look like this. And remember, every coin has heads and tails. So the picture on the coin might look different. You want to remember the feel of it. Nickel, nickel, thick and fat. It's the thicker one, the fatter one. Okay, and that's worth 5. So when we're counting our nickels, we are going to count by 5s. Okay, remember how we do that. I don't have enough to count to 100, but for these we would count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Keep going all the way to 100. So 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. If you're not good at counting 5s yet, you need to practice that so you get good at it. Then we have dimes. Dime, dime, little and thin, I remember you're worth 10. So dimes are the smallest coin, and this is, I believe, Dwight Eisenhower, old president, on there. And that's what the tail side looks like. They're the little one, the lightest one, and for those we count by tens, and everyone in my class knows how to count by tens, so that should not be a problem. And then we have our quarters, and quarter, quarter, big and bold, you're worth 25, I'm told. And again, the heads and tails, it looks different depending on what year it was made. So you want to remember it by the size and the feel. The quarter is the bigger one, but then we do have the $50, which is bigger than that, but I don't have any of those right now. Now, the tricky part on quarters is remembering that one of them is worth 25, 2 of them is worth 50, 3 quarters make 75 cents, and 4 quarters makes $1, which is 100 cents, okay? So we're gonna practice counting some groups of coins, and for parents watching, this is good practice for you to do with your child. Better than a worksheet. Give them actual real money. Give them a handful of coins, and they need to figure out how to count it up. And what I've told them in the classroom is start with the greatest value first. So sort your coins. Quarters were 25, then get your dimes, then your nickels, then your pennies. Then they know they're going to start with the big value first. So 25, then we have to count by 10 starting with 25. So 25 plus 10 would be 35, 45, 55, 65. Then we have to jump from counting by 10s to counting by 5s. So if I'm on 65 and I'm going to count by 5s, the next one would be 70. So 70, 75, 80, and then I get to my penny and I have 81 cents. So 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 70, 75, 80, 81. Okay, so I'm going to show you a group of coins now, and I'm going to give you a little time, or you can pause the video and figure out how much is there, and then check with me and see if you are correct. Okay, so let's start with 2 quarters, and 2 dimes, 1 nickel, and 3 pennies. Okay, go ahead and take a minute to figure out how much you think that is. And here's how I would count it. I know 2 quarters, it's 50 cents. Then I'm going to count my dimes. So 50 plus 10 is 60, 70, plus the nickel, 75. Then we count by 1, 76, 77, 78. 78 cents. Okay, let's do another one. I'm just going to see what I get here. Oh my, that could be a lot. It's okay. Let's give you a challenge one here. So when you look at this big group of coins, what you're going to want to do is sort them first. So grab your quarters. That's the greatest value. Then I'm going to put my dimes. And I know I can count by tens with my dimes. And then the nickels. And then the pennies. So we should all know 2 quarters is what? 50 cents. Then I'm going to count by 10. So 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Ooh, I'm going to get over 100 cents. So I'm on 90. Now I have to count by 5s. Here's 90. So next would be 95, 100. This is $1. 100 cents is $1. So now I have $1 and I'm going to count the rest over here. These are all nickels. So 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now you would write that as either 118 cents, but most people don't talk about their money that way or write it that way. They would say, I have $1 and 18 cents. And you only put the dollar sign. The decimal, this point right here is a decimal point. That separates the whole number, the dollar, from the part of the number or the percent. So 18 cents, $1 and 18 cents. Okay, I'm going to stop here because I think you could do this with a parent or a brother or sister. They throw some coins out and you have to figure out how much is there. Or parents, another idea would be to give your child a big group of coins and say, okay, show me how many ways that you can make 37 cents. And they would have to pick some coins and maybe do it in 3 different ways. Ooh, I could do a quarter. That's 25. Plus a dime gives me 35. Plus 2 more gives me 37. That's one way to make 37 cents. I could do 3 dimes would give me 30 and 7 pennies. I don't have 7 pennies right now, so a nickel and 2 more pennies. So 10, 20, 30, 35, 36, 37. So parents, that's another idea is to just tell them an amount and the student has to make the that amount using different groups of coins. Okay. There is an assignment on Google Classroom called Coins Review that you could do. And like I said, on Freckle and Zern this week and probably into next week, I will add assignments that work on counting money. So let's make that the goal to work on this week. We do have to get up to over $1. They need to be able to solve word problems involving money. So we'll think about ways to work on that this week. Okay, talk to you later.